underneath the setting sun. Feel the rhythm, feel the fun. Take my hand, let's dance away. Tomorrow's just another day. We move, we groove, no time to waste. The music's got us in the daze. Let's feel alive, let's feel the heat. Afrobeat moves my feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
man.
gonna ask you.
Look at this.
That's the money shot. That's what they in the industry.
The money shot, huh?
And that's all fresh water coming in. We don't recycle the water like a regular pool does. We bring in 300 to 400,000 gallons of fresh water every day.
Wow.
Different locations, for example, for parties, we call them semi-private parties. So if you have a group of 20 to 30, you get a location like this with tables and chairs, a little bit separated from everybody else. Barbecue grill, we allow you to bring in food if you have a group of 20 or more. A domino table, because a lot of our clientele is Cuban, as you can imagine.
People,
Yeah.
Cuban now.
A lot.
No way.
So we have this area here, because when we first decided to open to the public, I told my wife, listen, when I was a kid, there was no way you could tell me to jump in the pool. I go, we're going to go crazy chasing people down, telling them not to jump in the pool. And what better we create, quote unquote, a safe place,
Yeah.
and say jump only from here.
Yeah. So this is the deep end.
Yeah, it's about 8 feet deep.
Okay.
Our only rule is no diving, no head first. If you want to do a backflip, a front flip, a gainer, I don't care. If you got to go into the water first. So this is the deepest end. It could be anywhere from 8 to 9 feet.
Beautiful.
Since the water level changes with South Florida water management, they release and hold the water.
Got it. Oh, that is a
Yeah.
super cool.
So we have like a moat that connects to the little lagoon. So
And that was nice and shallow, right?
not really. It's small in diameter, but it's about 6 feet deep.
Oh, okay. So that's deep. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The only shallow part is by the tiki hut. That could be anywhere from 2 to 3 feet. So when we do weddings, we remove this bar.
For-
It's in sleeve.
Right.
Remove the bar, and the ceremony's up there with nothing here. It's just a nice background.
That's
And I put this
amazing.
for
man.
safety. When we open to the public, it's for safety.
Heck yeah.
Safety features.
We're all about safety.
That event's going to be great news.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna ride with you.
Once you get here, we're going to take off with you. 100%. So normally, all these on weekends and holidays, all these tables get booked.
Oh,
So if you have like a family of 6, a family of 4, if you're 12, we'll put 2 tables together. So that's what we call open swim, open to the public. And then we have other little areas like this for groups of 20 to 30, where they can get a little semi-private section. People like to shade from the tree. Come to the barbecue also, domino table. And it actually works out well because you have your own little space, There's people on the property.
Yeah.
But you have your own little space for you and your family and your friends to celebrate a birthday or whatever it is you want to celebrate.
a little separation.
Yeah. We call them semi-private.
Yeah, yeah,
Semi-private events.
You don't want nobody getting to the croqueta.
Yeah. So it's another. We have 5 entrances to the lagoon. Everybody give it to you. But again, the shallow one's the one over there by the tiki. That one could be 2, 3, 4 feet deep max. The middle will be about 5 or 6 feet, and then the deck will jump off 58 feet.
Oh, that's fun, man. Very cool.
Jump, 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 jump. You can do it. You can do it.
You can do it!
Classic.
Yeah, first time doing it.
We're all holding our breath.
Come on! You can do it, you can do it!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
There she goes!
See where you're going.
Yep.
So, we are Blue Lagoon Farm. We do have farm animals. We do have a palm tree nursery. And we do have bees, apiary. So we are certified beekeepers. And we are certified with the state of Florida to have the palm tree nursery. They come every year and inspect. And so having the agricultural exemption is what gives us the state protection. No, actually, the state protection to be able to do events and activities and what they call agritourism. Yeah. So we have 8 signs of these. The law says I got to have 2. I got 8.
In case people don't read,
Yeah.
which they don't.
I got 8 of them.
100% they don't.
Yeah. So the state of Florida protects us from liability. Everybody that enters our property, simply by entering our property, become an agritourist. And an agritourist assumes all liability. So we get our liability protection from the state of Florida, and we also get our protection from Dade County. Because Dade County wants to bug us all the time and regulate us, and they're not allowed to by the state code.
Wait a minute. Are those Cubans? Are they Cubans? Man?
They do. Yeah. So here we believe that everybody.
Oh my God!
Everybody's got it belong. So we have our horses together with our goats, together with our sheep, together with our pigs, together with our ducks, together with our sheep, with our goats, with everybody. Everybody stays together.
Look at that little pot belly. Look at that pot belly. I'm not talking about you. Esteban.
And obviously you caught us when we're trimming the trees.
No, that's
We're
neat.
trimming all the trees, and we gotta go ahead and pick that up now. But we're
That's
we're
part
in
of it.
We're in the midst of trimming all the palm trees.
Fantastic, man.
Beautiful, man. I love stuff like this.
Now, the thing is, I understand, like when you keep the horses in their stables, they stay clean, their hair doesn't get messy, they don't get cut because they scratch themselves with the trees,
Right.
with the fences, and sometimes they get cut. But like I tell my wife, if I were a horse, leave me loose.
Yeah, let me loose, man.
Leave me
Who
loose.
wants to be?
Head close to where they're going to be 3 feet at the
Bro, did you know that coconuts kill so many people?
Oh, yeah.
Falling coconuts?
Yeah.
There's public parks that they have to remove them because.
Remember when we were at the park and they were,
Yeah.
you can do a go-kart.
I do. Yeah, we do ATVs for kids. 145 pounds and under.
Nice.
I just missed the line of weight.
So this is that's our bee hive area. The bees are there. We're moving the boxes close, as you can see. But we already have the ones in the windows. Wait till you see that. It's gonna be like gas fans. Look in there. Look at the windows. You can watch the bees work. They say it's very therapeutic to watch them work. Relaxing. Very relaxing to watch them work. And then we're going to put boxes under here. There's a screen so the bees can't access you. But we're going to put boxes under here, and boxes. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of bees. You're talking about 80,000 to 120,000 bees per box.
It's almost something. It's almost a healing feeling.
Yeah, because they maintain the temperature. They either flap their wings more or flap their wings less. And so when you're in here, then you could watch the bees work, which is calming. You could smell the bees, the pollen, the pheromones they release. You could hear the humming.
Guys, in here, outside, it's hot. but yet in here, the
Where it should be even
temperature is
hotter.
Cool, where it should be hotter
hotter.
because there's no AC, there's no circulation of air. It's cool. It's
We just put
insane.
them in today, this morning.
That's
on both sides.
By when will you have this completed?
I think by next week we're ready to go.
Oh no, kidding.
Yeah.
Those are quick. So,
Yeah.
so that's the idea. The idea for the Freedom Gallery is you have to come in here and you have to take a photo.
I always like to liken it to the ant farm. 'Cause I remember those ant farms were so cool. Because you watch the ants working and making tunnels, and
Amazing. And so we're gonna feel the vibration of the bees.
you feel the vibration, you have the humming. They flap their wings. They maintain the temperature of the room. You'll smell them.
Amazing. Yeah. And
Listen, we did it very rustic, cabin.
and I love the smell of the wood.
Yeah,
I love the smell of the
a
wood too.
rustic cabin.
And you're in here, and for some reason we're talking low. You just don't want to disturb them, right? You
It's
don't wanna
relaxing,
disturb
bro.
them.
It's
Why would you
relaxing,
want to be
man.
loud?
I'm telling you, people
No, but
love
it's
this.
just innate in you.
Look,
You
a
just
worker
feel it.
removing a piece of trash. Something that shouldn't be there. He's got to find a way to get it out now. Yeah, because they're new there. They've only been there, 2 hours.
Wow.
So he's still trying to find a way to clean the,
Man.
where should I take this trash? That's a worker bee.
Amazing.
Look.
Another worker bee.
Yeah, they're cleaning their hive because they just got there. They just
This
got
is
there.
amazing, man. Thank you for showing us this.
Yeah,
man.
beautiful.
Super exciting. I've never seen anything like that.
No, okay, I'm excited about it too, because we're the first in South Florida.
And is this
I'm
going to
sure
be a
there'll more
separate
now.
room?
Yeah. So we got 2 rooms.
Oh,
Two rooms. Identical. Yeah, they got their bees too in the windows. Yeah, that way it could be one person, or it could be 3 people, or
Right.
if it's a family, 4 people.
Right. That's beautiful, man. I love it.
Yeah, so
Super exciting.
people do anywhere from 1 to 2 hours of therapy, for lack of a better word. But some people like to sleep in it,
Yeah.
so they'll book for the whole night. They'll just come in there and
Wonderful.
sleep. So this,
We just need to get the mic on him. That's his. Yeah. This is us. This is rolling. This little guy.
Nah, he will be rolling soon. I don't even know what the shot's gonna look like with this.
I just think the more we have, the better. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Good.
you want me?
Have a seat, sir.
Right
You
there
got
in
the
the
hot seat,
middle.
and that microphone's for you. You can clip it onto your shirt, your hat if you want to put it on the hat rim. That works well too. Yeah. Thank you. Oh man, that's great.
That's good there.
Feels good. Feels
This
good.
chair you want here?
So
or
I
no?
have an idea.
It doesn't bother us.
Okay.
We're shooting
You
this
won't
way.
see it in there?
This is how we're gonna look.
I want to see
Perfect.
how that looks.
So this is the image off of that running right now.
So that does 360 though, right? Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's a
you could
360.
completely all the way around.
Yeah, that's crazy.
freaking
Technology
awesome.
is fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Bad thing.
Well, my
not-
son was parachuting.
not bad.
He
It
did
just
like
takes time. So you
6,000
gotta go
jumps.
back in the computer
And then one of
system,
his friend died.
and tell it
Skydiving right
where
in front of
you
him.
want
He's
the
going
framing
down,
to
and his
be.
friend died in front of him.
because you're
Oh,
always
so
So he
recording
quit
360,
a couple of years
right?
ago.
Okay.
So for the
But he used to
for
have
example, we're gonna
one of those
shoot him.
cameras.
I need to go back and
Oh
tell
my
the system, listen,
God,
I wanna zoom
the
in
skydiving
and
shots,
watch him.
the earth looked
Okay.
around, and
So that's like an added part of editing.
Yeah.
It slows things down a little bit. Necessary evil.
Okay.
So I'll talk a little bit. By all means.
That's right. That's right. Everyone, welcome back to Helmets Off. Today's episode is a little different, but at the same time, exactly what this platform is all about. A big part of throttle therapy has always been finding peace within motion, but getting away from the noise, the pressure, the stress, and reconnecting with yourself, even if only for a moment. And sometimes that therapy comes through motorcycles, sometimes through discipline, and sometimes through places that remind us to slow down, breathe again. And this is why we're here at Blue Lagoon Farms. Today we're sitting down with the owner of Blue Lagoon Farm here in South Florida. a place that has become more than just a destination. It's become an experience, a place people come to disconnect from chaos and reconnect with peace, family, nature, and themselves. But behind all of it is a story of entrepreneurship, of sacrifice, vision, risk, and building something meaningful from the ground up. So today we want to take time to sit down with Alfredo, the owner of Blue Lagoon, and we're gonna talk to him, see what his adventure has been with this gloriously beautiful place, which, by the way, all of you need to come visit, and you'll keep coming back because I'm coming this Sunday.
Yeah. If I could. So good morning, guys. Good morning. What is up? I hope everybody here in the Miami area are doing fantastic. We are live, just like Esteban said, from beautiful Blue Lagoon Farms in Homestead. And before we dive into the palm trees and the honey, do us a favor, guys. Please hit that subscribe button for @Helmets Off Miami. We see the thousands of you that are visiting our pages. You're watching our videos. But please hit that subscribe, guys, so you can stay locked in for all of our upcoming events. We got some awesome news in this episode. So hang out to the end of the episode, guys. We got some great events coming your way. So do not miss that next ride. Now, let's welcome the man of the hour, Alfredo.
Thank you, guys. And welcome to you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your hospitality. I am surprised, shocked, in such a happy way to visit your space. Yeah. And before we get into the nitty gritty, we do a little something called the road ready check. Okay, a little icebreaker, just to get whatever tension you might have in your mind out of the way. Whatever comes up to your mind, that's your answer. All right. Okay. So, Alfredo, what was the first bike that actually made you feel cool when you hopped on it?
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Tell me all about it.
But I would say the Ninja 900.
Ooh, you're a Ninja guy.
I had a Ninja 900 when I was young, obviously.
Okay.
And that made me feel cool because at the time, that was the fastest bike.
Oh, man.
At the time.
The Ninja.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. I like it.
I kind of feel like Tom Cruise, the need for speed. The need for speed.
Tom Cruise on that very famous scene, man, down the runway.
Yeah, the need for speed.
So here, Homestead is a rider's paradise. If you guys are just watching from across the state and even on the other side of the planet, guys, we see you guys. We see you. We love you. Thank you so much. But here in Homestead, what is your absolute favorite escape route? Like when you need to clear your head, which direction do you head?
I usually head south.
South.
I head south.
Yeah, south, he means the Keys.
Yes. We will, many times we don't plan an actual destination, but like you said, we go on a heading. So we're heading south, and then we'll either stop at Alabama Jacks, or keep going to Gilbert's, or then just keep going maybe to Marathon Key.
Beautiful. Definitely some of our favorites. We've been to both.
Yeah.
Love that. If you had to choose a pristine, custom painted show bike or a rugged, dirt covered daily rider, which way would you go?
That's a good question. Taking into consideration the bike that I currently own,
and we're gonna talk about that.
I would say right now I like pristine.
Yes. Okay. Hey, you know what? It's honesty, right? And why not have both sides of that coin, right?
Yes.
Love it. Solid bike. We're going to talk about that, and we're definitely going to put some B-roll of that bike on the video.
One of my favorite bikes, man, by far. One of the guys that we ride with, Alex, he's got a beautiful, I'm not even going to say what it is because some of you that have no idea what this gentleman is riding, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. One of a kind. For people, so, blah, 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 blah. All right.
So we will edit, by the way.
Yeah.
Tongue tied or whatever.
Okay.
It's totally cool. You can start again.
I'll
cut out whatever.
Yeah. And actually, if it's good, we'll keep on going.
Yeah. No.
That's right. So for people, Alfred, who only know Blue Lagoon from social media, what's the real story behind how this all started?
Okay. We have to go back probably, I would say, 14 years.
Okay.
My wife wanted to get into organic eating because she's very much into health food and holistic healing. And so she wanted to have some chickens. So we bought 1 acre, a little house on 1 acre, probably a couple miles from here.
Okay.
But we outgrew the 1 acre immediately. I mean, we started with 7 chickens. Before you know, we had, 40, 50, 60 chickens. Yeah.
That's great.
We both like to ride horses. So we bought 1 horse. And then like 2 weeks later, we bought another horse. Then we had 2 horses. And then a year later, we had 4 horses.
Oh, yeah.
So you can imagine 4 horses on 1 acre,
Yeah, no, you guys
60
outgrew that
chickens
fast.
and 7 goats. And so we're like, you know what? We need more land.
Yeah.
Long story short, almost at the same time, my wife had a friend who had a natural lagoon in her backyard, made by Benjamin Bystrom, who was the owner of Jungle Bees Landscaping here in Homestead. And his job, his business was making lagoons. He would make natural lagoons. He would purchase property, 5, 10 acres at a time, and he would develop it. He would make a lagoon, and then he would sell it as a possible venue. So a lot of the venues in the area that you know of, Secret Gardens, Villa Turquesa, those places were actually at one time owned by him, developed by him, and then sold as a possible venue.
Look at that.
Yeah, so
A whole side of the world that we don't even know about.
yeah,
Crazy.
no, it's amazing. And when he did it just with a backhoe and a bobcat. If you can imagine making this with a backhoe and a bobcat, I mean, it's
crazy.
incredible. I mean, he was literally an artist ahead of his time.
Bobcat?
A bobcat and a backhoe. Now there's people that do it now, but nowadays the machinery changed, and they have these huge circular blades like a saw. I'm talking huge. They can actually cut the rocks and cut the boulders and trim them, almost like you would do wood,
Right.
But when he did it, he would just scrape, and hit it. Scrape, and hit it, and he'd break off the boulders.
Wow.
So anyway, we needed more land, and my wife wanted a lagoon. I believe in God, and I believe that God prepared this place for us at the exact time, because we were looking and we couldn't find anything that we wanted. We found 3 acres somewhere, but it was in what they call the wetlands, and we were afraid that it might get flooded. You never know, so we were kind of hesitant. We sold our 1 acre to a developer, and they let us stay there for 3 months, paying like $1 rent. You know how they do it. So we stayed there 3 months looking for another property. The day their check cleared on our 1 acre, this property came on the market.
Wow.
Yeah. And I saw a picture of the lagoon, and I told my wife, "Look, honey, your lagoon." And she's like, "Let's go." Yeah. So we actually jumped on our motorcycle. Back then we had a 2008 Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we jumped on our motorcycle, came over here, and we Cubanized it. We broke in. So the property was abandoned. They had a lock at the gate, but that doesn't stop a Cuban. We broke in, and my wife was just crying. I'm talking crying. She was looking at the lagoon and just crying, and all she would say was, "Oh my God." It was, "Oh my God, oh 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 my God." So long story short, I go, "Okay, well, let's go ahead and put an offer in." We didn't even know how we were going to pay for the property, but we knew we had to secure the property. I go, "Okay, so let's go ahead and put an offer on the property." And I say, let's put a low ball offer, and then they counter, and then we counter, and my wife, I don't want to say the language that she used, but she said, "I'm not fooling around here. Put in a full price offer." She goes, "I'm not going to lose the property for $10,000. Put in a full price offer." So we did immediately, and we locked it in. We gave a deposit, and thank God we did, because immediately they had 2 backup offers.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
I mean, immediately. I mean, we got here literally, I want to say hours after the house was put on the property. I mean, on the market. And so we locked it in, again, not knowing how we were going to be able to either buy it or pay for it.
Sure.
Sure.
Thank
Thank God, and then that was in November of 2008. And then in 2020, COVID came. So
Ooh, we're gonna get into COVID.
yeah, so it was even worse, economically speaking.
Yeah, of course, of course. Of course.
I was making fences and doing construction and driveways and whatever. I had a little crew who would do whatever needed to be done
Yeah.
to make money and pay the mortgage. My wife went back to work. She was a dental assistant for many years. She went back to work, and so we just kind of worked it out. And it was just it was literally by God's hand.
Amazing, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like you could read it in a book, right?
I'm telling you, we could write a book about it because
What a story.
there was no way that under our own power and our own finances, and then again, when COVID came a year later, there was no way that we would be able to maintain this property on our own.
Wow, man. Wow. Impressive. So people see the Blue Lagoon on Instagram, for example, and think it's for photo shoots and weddings. But you're a working nursery here.
Exactly.
What is the most motorcycle thing about running an agricultural business? Like, is it working with like the heavy machinery? Where's the link?
We do. We have a skid steer, and we use it for a lot of things. With the palm trees, obviously, it's a palm tree nursery. It's a palm tree nursery, and we use it for a lot of things, heavy machinery. The motorcycle aspect of it, I would say, would just be most motorcycle people are hands-on. A lot of them are entrepreneurs and business owners, and a lot of them really just get the job done. It's kind of that attitude, I think, that I've always had, my entire life, that has led me down the right path and down the wrong path, because you can obviously use your motivation and your skills for the wrong things.
Right.
But I've always had what I call a no pending kind of an attitude. I like to say the pending file is broke.
Right.
If something needs to get done,
Do it.
let's do it.
Yeah.
And
agree.
And I think a lot of motorcycle people that I know are like that. Something needs to get done, let's do it. And
100%.
and we take that. My wife she's not here for the interview because she doesn't like to be on camera, but my wife is a big part of it. She has a get up and go attitude also, and kind of works us boys down.
Okay.
And we have to get up then and just try to keep up with her.
Yeah. Boss lady.
Yeah, I'm
Boss
telling
lady.
you, it's not easy. You see her lifting heavy stuff, and you're like, I better go do it too.
Why do it sitting around? You know what? We're at different levels, but we feel you, man. We all have the boss lady at home. I'm running the game.
It's the way of life.
Yes.
And somebody said it a long time ago. Happy wife, happy life. And
Happy wife,
and there's
happy
no
life. Yep.
there's no greater truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
No greater truth.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And speaking of keeping things looking pristine, guys, whether it's the equipment here on the farm or your bike on the road, we're all about protection. Guys, if you want your ride to stay looking like it just rolled off the showroom floor, guys, head on over to Vtwinskins.com, where we've got all your premium paint protection films that handles the Florida sun, the road debris, so you don't have to worry about it. Guys, while you're there, follow us on at Vtwinskins on Instagram to see the latest reveals.
And we, guys, come on. Follow us on YouTube, Helmets Off Miami. This is very important. This is what's going to keep us going. We've seen a lot of growth. We've seen a lot of excitement. And my God, I just called Alfred yesterday and be like, did you see how many views we got on this video?
11,000.
11,000. We've only been, 2.5 months, 3 months doing
About
this?
3 months, I want to say.
That's
We're
crazy.
like, we got 1 view and then a half of a view. And then,
Before you get excited, look, I got 10 views.
yeah.
You know?
And now all of a sudden I opened up like, wow, we got 80 views. And it's all together looking at the logistics. Guys, we love you. Thank you for all your support. Like and subscribe, because that is very important for us. We're going to keep going this. We're going to keep promoting, local business, entrepreneurship, men's health, just all together. I think you're talking about God, you're talking about, purpose and so forth. Him and I were put together. I don't even know how we even got into this whole concept. But at the end of the day, there's purpose to everything that we all do. That's why we love to sit with gentlemen like yourself, that have vision, visionaries, entrepreneurs, men that have been around through the worst and through the best.
The worst and the best, exactly.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So when you first looked at this property and you were talking about what it all started, how it all started and so forth, what vision did you see that others maybe at this point wouldn't have seen?
Well, originally we saw the same vision that everybody has in this area. Everybody in this area does weddings for the most part. I mean, that's 90% of their clientele.
Okay.
It's weddings. And so when we saw the property, we thought about the same thing. Hey, because we couldn't afford the property. So we're like, well, we're going to help doing weddings pay for the property itself.
Sure, of course.
Turn it into a business, and God willing, things will work out fine. There's a lot of wedding venues in the area, a lot. And so that's actually how we started. Like I mentioned, we bought the property in November of 2018. And then February 2019 was our first event, which was a wedding. So we did a wedding back then, almost like your video views. We were happy to have, $500. It's like we thought that was a lot of money back then. Oh my God, we made $500 because you're just starting out, and things were tough in the beginning. So our initial vision, to put it that way, was we'll just turn it into another venue, just do weddings, and life will be good. I don't want to skip ahead, but that was in 2019. Obviously, in 2020, when COVID came, we had to close down because they were asking everybody to close down, the old flatten the curve situation. And so we closed down. And then thankfully, Governor DeSantis opened up a little while later, and he said we could have 10 people on the property. So you can imagine, we have 5 acres. 10 people on the property is like, you can't see them. You can't see them, and it's definitely not going to pay the bills, let alone make any money. We're not even paying the bills at 10 people on the property. So what we decided to do then was we decided to open to the public, because how am I going to do a wedding with 10 people?
Yeah.
So so COVID actually helped us change our business model, and we changed from only private events to we started opening to the public. And then we decided to have 2 time slots, trying to maximize our 10 people. So we would have actually 9 people because my wife was number 10. And we were trying to comply.
Right.
At that time, there was so much confusion and nobody knew what the hell was going on. And so we were trying to comply. And so we're like, okay, if he says we could have 10 people, so my wife quit her job. I go, and you stay home. You're number 10. I was still out doing construction and stuff like that. So we had 9 people from 10 o'clock in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. And then we had 9 people from 2:30 in the afternoon to 7 o'clock. So my wife was number 10. So we had 18 people. And again, 18 people at $20 a shot is not a lot of money. And it definitely wasn't paying the bills, because what people don't understand, especially people that aren't business owners, is that many times your expenses don't change. Your fixed expenses, that's the reason they call them fixed expenses. Because whether I have 100 people on the property or 10 people on the property, my expenses are pretty much the same. So, it was a very, very tough era for me, for us. Again, I wasn't a young man, and I was doing fences because that was like the quickest turnaround.
Sure.
To be able to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
Check.
Oh, it was just me and my wife in the beginning. Now we have 4 employees during the week and 7 on weekends, but for the first couple of years, just me and my wife doing everything. And I would get home after the construction and then start working here.
Right. Oh my God. No, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. And that's a side of being a business owner that most people don't know. Like they see like the romantic story of owning the business, owning the restaurant, owning the RV.
We see it on
Airbnb.
we see it on the chat.
Right. Yes.
So and so's got a ride, and somebody says, "Bro, I'm still working."
All the time. That's me.
And it's
That's us.
8:30 at night.
I'm like, oh, you bastards. Man, if I don't work, it doesn't come in. So I'm right there with you. It's a sacrifice that a lot of us business owners go through.
Yeah.
So we're mentioning the massive events, the weddings here. Just a cool factor, I guess, or a cool story. what is one of the wildest things that you've seen someone try to do on property in one of these events?
The wildest thing. The wildest thing was that when we started, obviously we were not like ex venue owners opening up another venue. This was new to us, you know. My background is in sales. I was an insurance agent, life, health, and disability. My wife's background is in dentist. She was a dental office clinic for 30 years. So this was all new to us. We made the mistake, and I want to emphasize once, of allowing a sorority party.
Oh, I lived that life, so okay. All right, now you got my attention.
A sorority party here. It sounded like a good thing because it was for a good cause. They were actually raising money for cancer. Couple real nice guys came, you know, in their early 20s, but they were very professional, and they wanted to rent the property to do an event to raise money for cancer. Hey, sounds like a good thing. We need the business. I mean, this was when we started. We need the business, and I charged them, I think it was $2,000 to do the event, private event, just for their sorority. This place got crazy.
Oh my god.
This place got crazy.
Oh my gosh.
And my favorite line is I would tell my wife, honey, I became the grumpy old man. Because like you know, I went to college. You know, I went to college. I was a baseball player, so you can imagine an athlete in college. I was involved in quite a few parties.
Yeah.
But I became the grumpy old man.
Oh my
I literally
God.
went around telling girls, put your clothes on and go home. Put your clothes
Oh
on
my
and go
God.
home. This place was wild.
I could imagine, man.
I had a guy standing on top of my top deck railing
Oh Lord.
and dancing.
Nice.
I went up there, I said, what
clothes on
are
and
you
go
doing?
Sir, put your pants
Get
on.
down and go home. So anyway,
I like that.
after that event, I mean, my neighbors are calling me. People are running up and down the streets in bikinis and underwear, and it was crazy. But we did that. I want to emphasize again, one time. One time was a mistake, and we corrected it. I had the guys from the university. I don't want to
I
mention.
think she's asking for your attention.
It's okay. The noise you hear is
That's fine.
she's inflating a
We're
floaty.
running the show.
She's inflating a floaty.
Yeah.
So I became the grumpy old man. I told them, put your clothes on and go home. I cut the party off early. I mean, it got out of control. Out of control. Out of control. Out of
A place
control.
like this in a sorority and just a bunch of young kids running around.
Out of control. And again, I was young once, and we want you to have fun.
Of course. Do you
But-
remember what school it was?
I do, but I don't want to mention
Oh,
it.
okay.
I don't want to mention it.
Okay.
It
I was
was-
about
it-
to give him a shout out.
No, dude, it was spring break in Blue Lagoon.
Oh,
You know,
man,
it
okay,
wasn't
okay.
spring break in Fort Lauderdale,
Google it.
Daytona.
I'm sure there's pictures out there somewhere.
Oh my God! And
Alfredo, put your clothes on.
put your
and
clothes
go
on
home.
and go home. No, I became the grumpy old man. And so the guys came back to me later. He goes, "Hey, listen, we had a great time. We want to do a contract. We want to do 3 parties a year with you, and we're going to pay you $4,000 a party."
Yeah.
I said, "Listen, guys, don't take it personal, but we're not doing it again.
Oh,
We're
Make
not
it
doing it again.
25,000.
We're not doing it. No,
15 up
Having
front,
lived that.
10 on the back
Having
end.
lived that, I can tell you it's a huge liability.
Yeah.
It's a huge
that
liability.
was our one and only crazy party.
Yeah.
I mean, after that, we've had 1,000 offers for more of those type of events.
Right.
I had a guy that called me who actually wanted to do a New Year's Eve party. And I'm like, listen, the problem is, we have neighbors, we live here, because we live here.
Right.
We live here, so we try to get along with our neighbors.
Sure.
Even though we have 5 acres, and he has 5 acres, and he has 5 acres, and he has, we live here, so we try to get along. And this guy called me, he goes, no, I want to do a New Year's Eve party, blah, 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 I want to do that. I go, listen, I have neighbors. He goes, no, I'll pay off all your neighbors.
Whoa.
He goes, I'll give all your neighbors $500 each so they don't call the police. We can do the party. And I still said no.
Wow.
I still said no because, again, thank God we're at a point right now that we can say no,
Yeah. Exactly.
to certain parties that we don't want on the property.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Because we have we have our bread and butter coming in, and we're doing good. God is good, and
Fully
we're doing
respect.
good.
It's a great story.
But that was our one and only, again, I want to emphasize, one and only crazy event that really got out of hand.
Alfredo, there's something very peaceful about this place. We're sitting here, we're under this beautiful tiki.
There's always a breeze.
Oh my God, this breeze is amazing. It's probably 90 something out there, but in here it's about what?
82?
I don't even know.
81?
It's just cool. This breeze is coming through here.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's something peaceful about being here, almost therapeutic. Did you intentionally want to do a place to become an escape for everyday stress for everyone?
I would love to take the credit for it, but it wasn't intentional. It was unintentional, and I hear, because I talk to everybody.
Yeah.
I talk to all my customers, all my clients, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
I talk to everybody, and I hear that a lot. That a lot of people come here and just find peace.
Yeah.
Especially during the week.
Yeah.
Weekends do get more busy. Weekends we do usually get full to capacity. There's more kids, obviously, because kids are in school, most of the time. So during the week, I do get that compliment a lot, that they just find peace, tranquility. I mean, they can hear the running water, what they call white noise, right? The waterfall. We had a customer, but she travels a lot, and she would come every week, and she would put a hammock back there in the back area, between two palm trees. And it was almost like one of those cocoon hammocks, and she would literally go into a cocoon, and you couldn't see her, and she'd be there for like 3 hours.
Nice.
Then she would come out of her cocoon, jump in the lagoon, come out the other end, get in her car, and go home. And she would come every week, but she travels for work. So when she's home, she would do that all the time. And she says that it's just the peace, the tranquility, the atmosphere. Now, it wasn't intentional, but it's real. It's real. Like you say, you could feel it. And for whatever reason, there's always a breeze.
Yeah.
There's always a breeze.
And you feel it. Like we're sitting here and I feel it. It's so cool.
I don't know if it's the palm trees. I mean, I don't know. I'm not scientific in that way.
Touched by God.
That it is. We intentionally do church events, and we do baptisms here in the water.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
and that is intentional.
Oh, nice.
That is intentional.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Awesome. So Alfredo, we are in similar motorcycle circles, right? That's how we made the link.
Yes.
So we're just meeting today, but our whole purpose is to unite communities. All right. So in your opinion, what about the motorcycle community? What is it about us that makes us want to build things, whether it's a motorcycle or an awesome farm like this? What is it about it?
I mean, it's like everything else. There's good and bad in everything. But I think the motorcycle community as a whole has gotten a bad rap because obviously of some of the bad actors. But me being involved in the motorcycle community now for decades, to not totally give away my age, for decades, plural, I can attest that the majority of the people that I've met are good people, are good, wholesome people, family people, people that are willing to help you. Many times I'll be in the truck, doing something, going somewhere, and I'll see another motorcycle pull over to the side of the road to help another motorcycle that's been stranded.
Exactly.
And that speaks volumes.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the motorcycle community. And it's just like I said before, I just think that we are built differently. We're built differently. If I can use the term old school.
Yeah.
It's just something about it.
Yeah, man. And I agree with that 100%. And it's not just here in South Florida. You could literally travel.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go. The motorcycle communities are the kind of people that will pull over on the side of the road and help you, man.
Yes. No, and you become friends instantly.
Yeah.
Because like you said,
we're cut from the same cloth.
I've trailered my bike, to ride in Tennessee, to ride in North Carolina, to ride in Connecticut, And it doesn't matter who you meet. When you meet him there, it's like you're instant friends. You can sit down and have lunch together. You know, it's just it's hard to explain, but it's awesome to experience.
Yeah. It's one conversation. You ride? Oh, I ride too. What do you ride?
Yeah.
That's it, man. Like that. Now you're like best friends.
Yeah.
Before you know, you're riding together. You're in groups together. You're introducing them to your family.
Ride hard or stay home.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
100%. You know, guys, this establishment is not just run by Alfredo. He has his family working here, and I think that's the most beautiful dynamic that there is. His wife apparently does not want to be on camera, but that is the neck to the operation. His daughter, which is sitting right across from us over there, she's the manager of the operation. Amazing.
Does a lot of the social media.
It's just beautiful to see the dynamic of this place. You can feel it the moment you walk in. It's just, that's amazing. It really is.
And that is a key factor in the majority of all the businesses that we've introduced to you guys. If you have not noticed, it's an underlying factor that a lot of these successful businesses are being ran with the family.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
No, 100%, 100%. You know a little bit of my backstory. You know a little bit of Alfred's backstory. We both grew up in the same environment where our families introduced us to their businesses since we were young. So my mom would take me around to each and every client. And the same thing with Alfred's dad, right?
Exactly.
So just to see the dynamics of family still within business, it really is a beautiful thing.
We love it. We love it here. I mean, we really do. You know, my wife used to have to drive in traffic, you know, with traffic, because her office was in like the Baptist area, Kendall area.
Right.
So going from Homestead to there, she's going with traffic and she's coming back with traffic. And she would literally take an hour and a half to drive, you know, 16 miles.
Yeah.
16 miles, an hour and a half each way. And since we've been here, it's like she says, you know, because, I mean, it's been 8 years, but we're still in awe. We wake up every morning in awe. We wake up every morning and we count our blessings and we thank God for our blessings. And we talk about it to ourselves every day, that like we wake up and we walk outside our door and we're at work. You know, we're at work, and it's not a bad work. Like any business, it has its ups and downs, and some days are a little harder than others. Some days we're actually doing things in the sun, like, you know, cleaning the waterfall. Sometimes the plumbing breaks. You know, you got to change a pump. And obviously doing those things in 100-degree weather is not fun. But the majority of the times, it's really just a matter of maintaining, interacting with the customers, making sure the place is clean, stuff like that.
So I guess we're coming to...
Yeah, we're getting close to the end. If you got one more question, I have one more.
I got one more too. Okay, so Alfredo, at the end of the day, beyond the business success, you know, one of the things we need to do is we need to get some more mics.
More lapels.
But let me tell you something. We're constantly coming out like this.
But it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
We don't even turn the mics on sometimes. It's on, right?
It's on.
Okay. We didn't do this interview without mics on.
I've checked 3 times.
Because it's happened.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of the day, beyond the business success, what do you hope people feel when they leave Blue Lagoon Farm?
That they had fun. I mean, that is really my main goal, is for the entire family, regardless of your age, to enjoy your lagoon experience. I mean, I really want you to have fun. And like I say it jokingly, but it's kind of, it has a truth to it. It makes me feel better about charging you for being on my property when I see that you're having a good time.
Yes.
You know, like I see the dads pushing the kids on the floaties or pushing them under the waterfall, because the waterfall water comes out colder because it comes from the underground.
Right.
Remember, we don't recycle the water. It comes out cold on the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see the kids screaming and the dad just pushes them under the waterfall. And the interaction, the family interaction, which I think it's missing nowadays in society more and more each day. that interaction with the family, because when I was a kid, when you were a kid, we didn't have the screen time that unfortunately kids have nowadays. And I remember we could not eat dinner until my dad got home.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And we had to wait, and then the whole family would go to the table and we would eat dinner together. And that was every day. And I think a lot of that is missing nowadays. And so when I see families, when I see kids, when I see old people, my favorite story is I saw an elderly gentleman, if I can call him that. He was 72, as a matter of fact, jumping off the deck. And he would get up and jump off the deck, and he would get back up and jump off the deck. And he must have jumped like 100 times.
Yeah.
And usually these are the kids that do that. The adults usually jump a few times, get it out of their system. But the kids, they jump like crazy in and out. And so I watched this guy jump in and jump out, jump in and jump out. When he was leaving, I said, bro, you got to be tired. I've seen you jump in and jump out 100 times.
Yeah.
And he told me, tired? No, I am rejuvenated.
Yeah, man.
And I see that and I say, well, you know what? That makes me feel good. I would charge him $20 for that experience.
Crank that a little bit.
Yeah,
Make it
I'm gonna have to raise the price.
Yeah.
But yeah, all joking aside, both my wife and I, we people watch. And we'll sit up there on the second deck, on the second story, and just watch the families interact.
Yes.
Brothers with their sisters, dads with their wives, almost like reconnect.
Right.
And so they are reconnecting in our backyard. They are reconnecting in our lagoon. And that gives us pleasure.
Man, I love hearing that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I can't wait to bring my little monkey here. It's not a monkey. It's my daughter.
Yeah, because no pets allowed. No
My
pets allowed.
daughter. She's going to absolutely love this, and my wife as well, and all the little nieces and everything. I'm looking forward to that. So
It's a lot of fun.
I'm glad we came to your location. We haven't touched yet on honey and bees.
Honey and bees.
All right. So I'm very, very interested on this. That's a serious craft.
It
all
is.
right. Can you tell us a little bit about this? And have you ever had any close calls? So like me, we were just walking around the property and I was attacked.
You're being chased.
I was under attack.
You're being chased.
Yeah, I was being chased. I'm kidding. I'm joking around like I always do. But tell us about that, please.
Well, I have a T-shirt that says, I am the beekeeper. I should have wore it for the interview, but I am the beekeeper. But in all reality, my wife is the one that started the beekeeping aspect of it. Again, it goes back to her trying to be healthy and trying to be organic and holistic. So what's more organic than honeybees?
Beautiful, yeah.
And have your own honey. And, sometimes you buy stuff at the store, as you know, that even though it says organic or whatever, it may not be. So I say it to our customers, and our customers come back and buy more. So I know it's true, that you can't get more organic or more local than our honey. Our honey, literally, we take it out of the honey box into the bottle. There's no other step. And we are now, again, thanks to my wife, I'm trying to get some points here.
She's just off camera, by the way.
Trying to get lucky tonight. It is Thursday. But no, seriously,
Yes.
she does all the research because she likes to read. Now, contrary to popular belief, I do know how to read. I just don't enjoy it as much as she does. I did a lot of studying, biblical studies. I was actually studying to be a chaplain when I was younger.
No kidding.
So
wow.
I've done a lot of reading in biblical studies and Christian psychology and Christian theology. So it's not that I don't know how to read, but I've done a lot of reading in my life. So now she is the reader.
Okay.
So she reads, she studies, she watches a bunch of videos, and then she tells me what to do.
Okay.
That's her forte. She's a supervisor. And so the beekeeping came to mind. It also helps us with our agricultural exemption. Having an agricultural exempt property in the state of Florida grants us a lot of features and a lot of safety rails that other properties don't have. We are a agro-tourism facility.
Nice.
Providing agro-tourists to come onto our property. And so they assume the liability. So we also get some tax breaks. We also get some protections from local government and local regulations, and we thrive and we are protected by Florida law. So now we also have, aside from our palm tree nursery, aside from our natural coral rock lagoon, we also have an apiary. We have 24 or more boxes of honeybees. We sell honey, and we are now starting a brand new bee hut therapy.
Wow.
Bee hut therapy. So you're not going to get stung by the bees. So don't get scared. It's not that kind of therapy, because there is apiary therapy where they actually sting you with the bee,
Oh my
because it
goodness.
helps arthritis. It helps breast cancer. Yeah. And so what they do is they give you the bee on tweezers, and you almost inject yourself where you have arthritis or where you might have
No
breast cancer.
kidding, man. I'm
Yeah,
shocked.
they
at
do that.
That's amazing.
Bee venom is incredible.
Wow.
There's actually been studies where beekeepers live longer than other people, longevity. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Wow. No, same here.
As
Same
the
here. Holy cow.
beekeeper.
It's funny how when we get up in age, like we're now believers of so many other things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I am now the beekeeper, and I believe in longevity.
Yes.
But so what we do, we're offering you a safe place so you won't be stung by the bees, but it's a hut. It's a bee hut where you go in and you can hear the bees, the humming of the sound. You could smell the bees. You could smell the honey, the pollen, the pheromones, and you could actually now watch the bees working. So we have windows with panels where you could see the bees working. Remember the old ant farms?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
when we were kids, we would
During the
sit
cl-
there
in
for
the-
hours
Yes.
watching the ants tunnel and work,
That. But with bees.
but now with bees.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And there's been studies in Europe. Europe does it a lot. You know, Europe sometimes is a little bit ahead of the ball where it comes to holistic stuff.
Right.
And they've been doing it for years now. And their studies have shown that bee hut therapy helps in Parkinson's, dementia, autism.
Wow.
It helps create neural pathways.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Amazing.
So we're excited.
Yeah, same here.
We're excited.
I love learning about stuff like this. It's interesting how these kind of conversations come around with, we're grown folks, right? So we discover new things. They are interesting. They are amazing.
They are.
There's a health factor to them. And why not try it?
You know, that happened to
not
me
try it?
with psychology.
Yeah.
When I was studying to become a Christian counselor, I had to study psychology. And I'm like, man, I hate psychology.
There's psychology in everything.
Never read a psychology book in my life, but I hate psychology. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I got to read And I actually enjoyed it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
actually found psychology super interesting. And let me tell you, if you haven't read a book or watched a video or a YouTube channel on honeybees, do it. They are amazing. They are amazing.
This is opening up my curiosity.
They
Yeah.
have been labeled the most important creature
Oh yeah.
in God's
Yeah.
in God's economy.
Yeah, that I know about.
In God's
I
economy.
grew up watching National Geographic and all the animal shows, and so yes, I know that bees are very
Let me
important
tell
to
you,
nature.
we have guava trees, and they are blossoming like never before.
Look at that.
Our front door neighbor has avocados, mangoes, lychee, Logan,
Wow.
and he sends us pictures.
So it's speaking of the bees, right?
Yeah.
Having all of these awesome fruit plants around, wouldn't it? I don't know enough about it, but wouldn't it make sense that the bees go there and then come back and then it changes?
They do. They
it changes
do.
to honey, right?
They travel anywhere from 3 to 5 kilometers
Ooh,
and come back.
wow.
Come back to the same exact location where they left.
So
Could you imagine that? Traveling
So-
3, 4, 5 miles? Because
So you guys actively bottle honey.
yes, we bottle honey. We bottle honey. We sell honey as part of our agritourism.
Beautiful.
And we are now opening up the Hive Hut.
I hope she just went to go grab one.
The Hive Hut.
I'd love to
Probably.
show one on camera.
Probably, yeah. So we now are opening up the Hive Hut where you can experience bee hive therapy.
Ah, there you go. Yes.
Hey, baby, come this way.
See?
Come on the camera. Come on camera real quick.
Boss lady listening to us. This is fantastic. Let me just grab, and I'll go nice and close here. Look at the color on that.
Yeah, and then you see the color. This one is different because it's different harvest.
Yeah, that's even lighter.
That is
It's
beautiful.
just different harvest. So who knows if these bees were going to the avocados more,
Exactly.
and these bees were going to the mangoes more. And
That's so fantastic. And just out of curiosity, pricing on these?
again, we're not trying to make a lot of money on any one product.
Right.
We believe in the new aspect of multiple avenues of revenue.
Yes.
So we're only selling for $1 an ounce. So this is $10. This
10
is
ounces.
16.
Man,
16
that's
ounces.
beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
And you cannot get more local or more organic. But my neighbor would send me pictures, and he says that he has never seen his avocados or his fruit trees blossoming the way they're blossoming now
Oh, I love it.
because
I
of
love
my
it.
honeybees.
Yeah. Esteban, brother, are you good on your side? Questions?
Yeah, but I do want to.
You want me to talk about the pricing and stuff like that, and hours of operation, anything like that? You want anything?
I'm about to ask you any final information for
Okay.
Yeah, then you
Okay.
give
I'll go
us
through
that.
that now.
But now that we're talking about the whole honeybee, what is the name of the room again?
Beehive. It's a beehive hut.
The Beehive Hut. Coming soon, and stay focused, guys. Here on Helmets Off, we are putting together something called the Freedom Gathering. It is going to be an event, a ride that is a 3-stop location, and we are starting it off here at Blue Lagoon inside the Beehive Hut.
That's what I'm talking about.
Coming soon, guys. Before you know it, we're going to start advertising it. This is why we're sitting here with our good friend Alfredo, and we're showing you guys his business. It is just beautiful. Stay tuned. But yeah, we're coming to an absolute end, and I'm gonna let Alfredo do his Alfred do his final little shabby.
So before we go, Alfredo, first off, thank you so much for having us out here. For the audience on camera, local community, any closing information for them, any events that you have coming up that maybe you want to share with them?
Well, we actually stopped doing private events during our high season. Our high season is March through September.
Copy.
So that way our prospective customers know that we will be open to the public virtually every day from March through September. I think we closed one day during that whole time span.
Got it.
We open every day, I like to say, from 10 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon.
Got it.
Sundays actually 10:30 to 6. But it's easy to remember, 10 to 6.
10 to 6.
10 to 6 every day. We close
Beautiful.
at 6. People say, why don't you stay open longer? Well, because we open every day.
Right.
We open every day, and after you leave, we still have to clean up and pick up and
it.
prepare for the next day. So Monday through Friday, weekdays is $20 per person. Weekends is $25. Again, we're not trying to get rich on any one event.
Awesome.
We think it's a very fair price because, you know, we paid $20 to go skating 2 hours. So,
Right.
so I think $20 for that time span, if you come early enough, you get to enjoy it.
Yep.
We allow you to bring a cooler with drinks
Okay.
because, again, we want you to stay hydrated. I don't want to force you to have to buy my water and my Coke. So you can bring a cooler with drinks, but like going to the beach, nothing in glass bottles. There's a lot of people here barefooted.
Right.
So everything in cans or plastic. And then we say no food because we do sell food here.
And then what about, for example, a private party?
Yeah. Now
Birthday
the
party. You want to invite 20 people over.
exactly.
How does that
Now,
work?
now for the semi-private events, if you have a group of 20 or more, I have 8 locations. I have locations of 20 to 30 people. I have locations 30 to 40, locations 50 to 70. So depending on the amount of people that you bring, we prepare a location for you. We don't charge more for the location. You're still paying $25 per person on a weekend. You're still paying $20 per person on a weekday. We just put a minimum.
Yeah.
So you got to have at least 20 people if you want to either bring food or do a barbecue. Those locations come with tables and chairs, shade, a domino table for the Cubans, and a charcoal barbecue grill. So you can bring charcoal, do a barbecue. Yes, we allow kids. The parents are responsible for their children. Again, we're old school, so I believe each person should be responsible for themselves, and the parents should be responsible for the kids. Now, even though we are protected from liability by the state of Florida, we also have everybody sign a liability waiver when they come in. And on the waiver, it says that parents are responsible for their children. So unlike, for example, Venetian pool, we allow young kids to come. I don't care if they're 6 months old or a year old, they can come, but now they are the parent's responsibility.
Got it.
There is no lifeguard on duty. Everybody's responsible for themselves. We do rent life jackets, $5. dollars We're not trying to get rich off the life jackets. $5, you can rent a life jacket if you're not too sure of yourselves. Even though it's a lagoon, it's like a swimming pool in the fact that we have shallow areas and deep areas. The shallow area, like I said, it could be 2 to 3 feet. The middle will be about 4 or 5 feet. And then there's a ramp where it ramps down to about 8 feet.
Audience, one last reminder, if you enjoy these deep dives into the culture, please hit that subscribe button at Helmets Off Miami right now. Guys, it helps us to keep the cameras rolling and the events growing. And remember, for the soul, make sure that you follow at Throttle Therapy Project on Instagram, right? It's all about more than just bikes. It's about the mental side of the ride. If you need the armor for your bike, car, or truck, you know where to go, guys. Hit that Vtwin.Skinz.com where you'll see all of our premium paint protection film. We will see you, as Esteban said, on that freedom ride right here at Blue Lagoon. Guys, helmets off, cake stands up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So we're keeping it real. We want to keep it local. If you've got a business that fuels a lifestyle or a journey that forges warriors, let's talk.
Guys, sponsorship slots and guest chairs are open for those who live the grind. Shoot us a message, the helmet's off, and the door's open. Thanks a lot.